Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here at SUI. This is a request from Cassio, K. Kroll, and probably a handful of other community members because I know they keep analyzing SUI, trying to figure out what's going to happen next. I'll see if I can help shed some light on this. Quick congrats to our community members for some awesome profits. Crowcoin 63%, Chili's 50%. That was last night. And of course, yesterday, solid day. XRP, OGN, DOT, Comp 253%. Litecoin 65, SHIB 174, Solana, and another Crowcoin target. So again, really cool stuff. Be sure to check that out. CryptoCash.tech is a site link down below to get a lot of questions on it. There are limited slots available, but check it out. Let me know if you have any concerns or questions. Just reach out and be happy to help you with that. So what we're going to look at here with SUI is a couple of things. First of all, we're going to kind of confirm a few factors. We're going to update our fib levels and double check just generally speaking, where we're at here at this point. How much lower could the price go? I have Elliott Wave, pulled up here, basically just showing that we have, we've hit our top effectively when the price reached that almost $2 mark, basically that 197 mark. Since then, we've seen our A pattern, which is our lower low. We're looking for a lower high and then a lower low to follow. Okay, now this isn't a guarantee, but statistically a large probability based on the way that waves typically happen as a result of prices hitting their overextended state, which we saw here already. So is it a guarantee? No, just a larger statistical probability, okay? So keep that in the back of your mind. This could be the initial top, not saying to just short down any lower, but we very well could see another lower low from here if this is the highest point. Keep in mind an invalidation would occur if the price breaks this $2 mark or 197, okay? So obviously it's not foolproof, but it does help us increase our statistical probabilities. Let's go ahead and remove those previous ones here and just talk a little bit about where we're at here. I'm just going to draw out some trend lines here. This is nothing specific, just kind of giving us perspective on this descending trend that we have broken. We retested 1, 2, almost 3, 4, 5 times. So we are above, so to speak, this descending trend. And again, to be able to break through a descending trend line, you need to be able to establish higher highs and higher lows, which we're tentatively doing right now. So if you kind of look at this here, you can see this line at 0.5, pretty solid, definitive 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row where SUI had trouble breaking through that level. So now that we are at that level or higher, 166 plus, which we are 170, then we can presume that is a support level for us, okay? So we're just going to kind of draw the line out here as well, just to give us perspective on that being somewhat of a resistance level we want to pay attention to, okay? It's not exact, of course, but it's fairly realistic, or close, if you will. So take a look here down below. We can see MACD is trying to converge, but hasn't yet, right? So it's starting to plateau, starting to shift momentum. Hasn't occurred yet, but stochastic is telling us, once again, stochastic is like a premature indicator. And I say premature loosely because, again, it's not like it's something you want to count on, but it helps you understand shifts in momentum that happen a little faster than the MACD. The MACD is like a 12-day intersecting with a 26 in upward fashion. This one effectively tells us it has different moving averages and it works a little faster based on the relative strength. The long story short here is that we're in a pretty positive place. We're over 50 in the RSI. Money flow index has pivoted, bounced off that 20 mark, which we love to see, and then stochastic is swinging up. So the probability of further upside from here seems greater based on the fact that we've shifted momentum from bearish to bullish. We've bottomed out effectively on our money flow index, and we stayed above 50 in the RSI. Staying over 50 on the RSI and hitting MFI under 30 is a pretty solid case in point where you want to kind of buy that dip. Hindsight's 2020, obviously we can't do that now, but generally speaking, that's the concept. So the daily time frame looks pretty solid. Oops, last but not least, forgot to look at the moving averages. We are under the 20. This is a bit of a caveat here. Being below the 20-day SMA isn't like a massively big deal, but to me, it's like a mindset. We are tentatively bearish on this coin until it breaks back over the 20, all right? It's exuding a lot of positive signs, but that is one thing to me that gives me a little bit of apprehension, so to speak, just based on the fact that we are, overall not quite breaking bullish yet, okay? Basically just implies a closure above 0.618 would be solid, at 170 or higher, right in that range. Actually, no, we're at 170 now. Let me rephrase. 173 or higher would be ideal, okay? Putting us over that moving average, just letting us know we're kind of on the right side of the tracks. Once more, certainly not a deal breaker. We take a look at the moving averages here. We're over all the three important ones. The the 100-day SMA is not really a big deal to me, but we're still underneath it. So we got to respect the fact that we are kind of under some resistances there. Once again, a closure above 0.618 would be a very, very solid situation here. Having said that, we take a look at the money flow index, RSI, stochastic. Stochastic is overextended, but we can also see the RSI is maintaining over 50. Once more, positive signs. Okay, kind of like a positive mental attitude, right? You have a good head on your shoulders, so to speak. You're going to be able to interpret things better, right? And you're going to respond better. Well, the price action is doing the same thing. It's got a positive mental attitude. I cannot believe I just compared a chart to a PMA, but all I'm getting at here is that these are all good contributing factors. And the fact of the matter is, until we lose those support levels, such as 50 on the RSI, and this level here at about 166, I think we're in pretty solid shape. Keep in mind, we just lose 166, we could still be okay. It's not the sky isn't falling per se, but we're getting close to the awesome or disaster. If that makes any sense. I know that's kind of weird, but the key takeaway here is that we're in a range right now, right? So we're kind of stuck in this range. And that's how you transition out of descending trends, right? So we can kind of see lower highs consistently and lower lows, right? Now we've kind of bottomed out, so to speak. That's the lower range. And this upper range is reaffirming itself multiple times with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles on the 4-hour time frame. So I think it's just an inevitability before the price breaks above that level because it keeps retesting it and trying over and over again. The only thing that's the caveat here, again, is Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. This is what Bitcoin does when it pulls back and does something obnoxious. So again, a lot of this has to do with that. So if we can see some stability from Bitcoin, I think SUI is going to fly this weekend. Okay. Hourly time frame, quickly to note here. Let's see, we're above the cloud. Lagging span's free and clear, and conversion lines above the baseline. I wouldn't say this is actually extremely free and clear. It's kind of just there. But truth is, it's not a terrible sign. These are, I would more so go with these other two than this one alone based on an entry. So not saying you should take a long right now, but I would be leaning more towards along with this coin in general once we have some confirming factors. What's that confirming factor? Well, it's mainly Bitcoin closing at 62K or higher. That's kind of my little thought process there. Now, if it closes at 61,980, is that a problem? No, it's pretty damn close, right? We don't need to worry too much about that. If Bitcoin does close lower, it really just implies that Bitcoin could essentially pull back, or we're not seeing that kind of strength that we need from it to be able to allow altcoins to flourish. Speaking of altcoins, Bitcoin dominance is essentially plateauing, so to speak. It increased for a while, and we've been going mostly sideways with it. So that's generally a positive sign here for us. Okay, so we want to be able to celebrate that, but generally speaking, at this point, it's not the worst thing ever. So, anyways, that's kind of where we're at there. I hope that was descriptive and helpful. I would say generally, again, I'm leaning more towards the price going up than down. I would just love to see a solid candlestick closure at like 174 or higher. Close over that fib level, clear this range, and then we can establish higher highs and higher lows from there. That's basically what I'd be looking for. So I'm going to definitely set an alert for this coin here. What SEO and AVAX so far, potentially a Uniswap, to kind of just keep those on my charts, or more so keep them handy on the charts, so I can effectively take considering long positions with those coins if we get some favorable conditions leading into the weekend. But again, you don't just arbitrarily jump into a coin because I said so or whatever. Do your own analysis, right? Take what you've learned from this and apply it. Use your own risk tolerance too. Obviously you have to, but you should. Not everyone's the same in that regard. I hope that I made sense with these things here. The very last thing that you have to do if you are part of our community and you're enjoying Bitunix, which over 400 members are so far, simply log in, use the link down below, log in. If you've already used my link to register, or if you haven't, just register with my link. You'll get access to our $10,000 prize pool monthly. They have really awesome rewards. Phenomenal exchange, highly recommend it. No KYC or VPN in the US. So again, the key takeaway here is we need 60 members to register by the 6th of March. If you don't, then we can't do this wonderful little contest. So it's a cool thing. All right, folks, check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to me through Discord. That's the best way to communicate with me. Telegram too. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.